Hey, what's up guys? This is PokerXpress, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Today, we're going to be taking a look over some of the unluckiest poker hands we have come across, where a great flop ended up in a disaster. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis. Let's jump straight into the action.
Everything's going right for this guy.
He's picked up a lot of big hands at this final table. He raises to $175,000.
But Ron's got the John Deere hat. He's going to fold. Over to Cannella in the 9 seat.
It would be awesome if I can come up with a victory here. I played strong throughout the tournament, so I feel confident with my gameplay. Done everything right up until this point, so hoping that everything falls in place.
So he's going to defend here with King 8 of Hearts.
And the flop, well, that's gin. Queen, Trey, Deuce, all hearts.
Cannella's got to be pretty excited. He's probably jumping for joy on the inside. He's flopped the second nut flush, and Culberson's flopped top set. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of action this hand.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be seeing some fireworks.
Culberson bets $250,000, and Cannella's just thinking, should I just call here? Do I raise? I want to try to make sure I get the maximum. There's no way he knows Culberson flops such a strong hand as top set. I think if he did, he wouldn't mind fast playing.
So Matt Cannella simply makes the call. And the turn card, another heart, this time the 7 of hearts. Matt Cannella checks.
And Culberson checks behind. He doesn't like that 4 flush on board. River pairs the deuce of clubs, though. So now Cannella went from flopping the best hand to getting rivered. Culberson rivers a boat here.
He's not happy.
Cannella moved to haul in. Culberson obviously called, and Cannella is not happy about this.
Shaking his head. The deuce of clubs on the river makes the boat for Culberson. Cannella is eliminated. He can't believe it.
Blinds are $50,000, $100,000 with a $10K ante. Carlos limps in from the button with 10-5 offsuit. Vincent raises with King Deuce of Hearts.
Raises to $250,000. Back over to Carlos.
I don't know Vincent, but I have played with him for a few hours. I noticed that he's very active and he likes to make the pots very large. So I'll probably try to play lower variant style against him and keep the pots in control. It's 150 to call?
It's heads up poker coming to you from Daytona Beach. And Carlos makes the call. King Deuce up against the 10-5.
And the flop is 10-5-4, all hearts. So Vincent's flopped the second nut flush. Carlos has flopped top and middle pair, though. And you know, these are the kinds of hands that when it's heads up, you're not really going to get away from.
Carlos bets $200,000. Now Vincent's going to raise to $900,000.
And I like this. Vincent's going to fast play his flop flush, trying to maybe represent just, you know, 1 heart in his hand.
Tough spot here for Carlos. $700,000 to call.
And I think if I were Carlos, I would probably just call here, wait for a safe card, and then go all in. There's no reason for him to think he doesn't have the best hand. Unfortunately, we know he doesn't. But there is really no getting away from it.
Carlos makes the call. Now we go to the turn card. It's the 6 of clubs. Action on Vinny.
And I think the way that Vincent has played, I don't think Carlos is expecting that he's fast playing a flop flush here. So Carlos probably feels fairly comfortable with his hand.
1.1 million chip bet by Vincent.
1.1. All in.
And an all-in. And a quick call by Vinny, Maria.
So Carlos decides to move all in here on this turn card. And Vincent obviously quickly calls. And unless a 10 or a 5 comes on the river, Vincent is going to become our newest HPT champion.
Vinny is 1 card away from just over 122,000, but it's not over yet as we go to the river. And it's the 7 of spades, and that is going to do it. The winner of the hand is Vincent, and he will be our newest HPT champion, going home with the title and the cash.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. And also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
Is 5, 10, 4 with a couple of hearts. So Maria, a lot of fireworks could be brewing here. Stewart has flopped 2 pair. Troy has flopped top pair, top kicker, and also has the nut flush draw.
This is definitely going to end in some bloodshed. It just depends on if these players want to fast play their big hands or not.
Stewart makes the expected continuation bet to 125,000. And Troy with top and the nut draw.
And sometimes I would just call here because I feel like if Stewart didn't have 2 pair like he does, you don't really want to scare him off. You aren't afraid of really any cards that are going to come on the turn or the river for that matter when you have a hand like Troy's. So no real reason to raise just in case Stu doesn't have anything, but...
And Stewart is going to re-raise it to 1.125 million in chips.
And I think Stu decides that there's just too many turn and river cards that could either hurt his action or hurt the value of his hand. So he's just going to get it all in here. And, you know, he's going to see that he's actually not the statistical favorite. He is ahead at the moment. But as you can see from our graphic, Troy is actually 52% to win this hand.
Troy hoping to find another 10 or an ace or any heart will pull his hand into the lead here. Obviously, Stewart hoping for low black cards.
This is a huge pot to win here for either player. The turn is the 3 of spades, and now there's 1 card to come, but Troy has a ton of outs. Any ace, any 10, any 3, any deuce, any heart is going to give Troy the winning hand.
The all-important river coming for Troy's tournament life. It is a 5 of clubs. That's going to give Stu the full house.
And what a huge fade for Stu as he makes a boat on the river and has eliminated Troy Rep in 4th place. So I think he had a missed opportunity there to shove.
Chris is going to come in on a limp with ace-queen offsuit from the cutoff.
Limping with ace-queen on the cutoff is not something I would recommend. I feel like Ben Thomas might feel better about his folds if he sees his hand shown down, but you know, you cannot be results-oriented in poker.
And the flop is 4 deuce 5. We're going to see some fireworks here, Maria. Albert has flopped a flush. Jay has flopped the 6 high straight.
And Albert's just going to lead into Jay here. Jay's double checking to make sure he indeed does have the straight. Little does he know it's the second best hand. Probably going to stop Chris from overcalling, though.
I'm kind of surprised I didn't see Jay put in a raise with the 3 hearts out there, just to kind of find out where his straight might be.
I don't mind that he just called. I think that he wants to see a safe card come on the turn. I think if Albert does have a heart, Jay can't expect him to fold. Now that the turn is a brick of some sort to Jay's hand, I think this is where he's going to probably play a little bit stronger. But with Albert going all in, Jay has to call.
And Jay, very confident he's got the winning hand, tables the straight right away, and Albert just now shows him the flush.
A little bit of a delayed show there, just slightly.
Jay, drawing dead from the flop, is going to have to pay Albert off.
Phil is going to play the hand. He's going to just limp in.
Over to Steve in seed 2 with Queen Jack of Diamonds in the small blind.
130.
130,000 is the raise from Steve. Matt will fold back to Phil.
And Phil reaching for his chip stack instead of his cards. All right, here we go. Phil makes the call.
And the flop is 8 Jack Queen with 2 spades.
Well, I guess if you're going to play a suited 10-6, this is the flop you want to hit. He's got a flush draw and a gut shot straight draw. Steve has flopped top 2 pair.
And he is first to act. With the 2 spades on board, this probably isn't going to be cheap. Probably between 250 and 275 is what I would guess that Steve Gross is going to cut out of his stack.
And you are only 100,000 off. He's going to
Wow.
bet 150,000.
That's great for Phil. Absolutely. I will call that now and twice tomorrow. Heck, he might even raise here.
He's definitely not raising.
You maybe want to put dinner at 9 Steakhouse on that comment, Fred Bevel?
I would. Dinner at 9 Steakhouse that he just flat calls here.
Well, he's not going anywhere. He is grabbing chips, and it looks like he is going to make the call.
Ooh, that's going to be a nice T-bone.
I'm going to have the 24-ounce bone-in ribeye. My friend here will have a glass of water.
Phil hoping to find a 9 or a spade on this turn.
All right, here we go. The turn is a 9 of spades. How about that?
Dealer takes requests, I guess. Phil has taken a huge lead in this hand.
Steve not drawing dead yet, though. Still can make a full house on the river. And he's going to be first to act. See if he now slows down.
Steve checks over to Phil.
And he does.
Now will Phil fire out a bet, or will he give a free river card? That 9 put a straight draw out there, put a flush draw out there. A lot of things to beat 2 pair.
The question is, whatever Phil bets here on the turn, is Steve going to come along to see that river? Even if he thinks he might have just been beat on the turn.
250,000 is the decision for Steve.
Boy, he makes this call. He's getting 5-1 on his money to see that river card. He makes the call. We'll have over $1 million in this pot.
The 9 of spades, a horrible card for Steve. Now he's in a spot here. Steve with over 800,000 in career earnings. Hoping to add an HPT championship to the resume. And Steve is going to make the call. He'll be hoping for a queen or a jack on the river, but not the queen of spades. That'd give Phil a straight flush.
And the only thing that might slow Phil down would have been another spade on the river, but it comes an 8 of diamonds.
Well, that does pair the board. Steve with his 2 pair here is hoping to get to a showdown without having to put any more money in.
Could we get a check behind, please? This pot already supersized with over 1 million chips in it. Phil working through all the numbers and the possibilities.
Trying to pick the right amount that's going to get called.
Or wondering if he should even bet at all.
That paired board might scare him a little bit. Higher flush could be out there.
Check. I have a flush.
And Phil checks behind, and he does have the winning hand. And Fred, I don't know if he was going to get any more chips there.
I want to be our next HPT champion as well. And hello, pocket aces for Matt. He's going to raise to 225,000.
It's a little unfair for the chip leader to also wake up with aces on the button. Jeff calls 185K with ace-5 of clubs.
So 2 players, 2 1/4 a call. And that flop is.
And oh my gosh, the flop, 2 5s and an ace.
And if we thought it was unfair, it's even more unfair as both players flop a boat, but Matt flops the biggest boat possible.
Just a disaster about to happen. So a check, and then Matt bets 125,000, and Jeff quickly makes the call as he's still stacking chips from the last hand.
And turn is the 10 of diamonds.
And Jeff slow playing what he thinks is the winner, checks over to Matt, and now Matt checks as well, and we go to the river card, the jack of diamonds. Neither player worried about the diamonds, both players with a full house. Jeff's now going to bet 350,000. He's going to be in for a big surprise.
I'm all in. Call.
Now a raise and a call.
Wow! Full house, full house. Look at that flop.
He sees that it is just a terrible cooler here at this final table.
Look at that. What a cooler.
And just like that, Jeff is going to be eliminated in 3rd place, taking home 52,000 and change. You know, it's kind of a bad way to go out, but Jeff doesn't look too upset about it.
What are you going to do?
He's a great guy. Jeff Bryn, congratulations. A nice payday. He's going to be thinking.